Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Fake Vanette here. So about the uploading 2 videos yesterday, once again work kind of got in the way. It's kind of confusing, you know, just the way things are, guard shifts and all. This is a battle with Cody, or as some of you might know, Dragonzardx. This is the first battle I had with him. I'm gonna leave a link in the description, you know, for his YouTube site. He's been helping me out. I've been helping him out. Just to kind of get the balls rolling for both of us. So this battle, it was a UU battle. I wasn't really sure what he was going to bring, but to be honest, I didn't have the team made up at the start. I kind of made it up on the spot. But either way, I'm bringing my Roserade Folk Sash for the Toxic Spikes, my bulky-ish Crobat there with the Black Sludge, the Assault Vested Hydreigon, the Quagsire with leftovers, the Life Orb on the Starmie, and the Choice Band on the Flygon there. Now, on his team, that Golbat gives me some fucking problems. Like, a lot of problems. But let's just start the match and you'll see, okay? Let's just go ahead and do that. Alright, there we go. I'm sorry about the shaky cam. I'm trying to find a way to make it a little better. It's just a lot of my time has been being put into other things right now. So he starts out with the Ambipom. I start off with my Kingpin, my Roserade. So I was expecting the fake out, so I just went ahead and switched out. I didn't want him breaking the sash, and there really wasn't much point in flinching that turn. So I bring out the Brawly, knowing he can take it. Right there, it does a lot more than I want it to, but it does what it does. So my Quagsire comes out. He switches out right here. At least he goes for the U-turn. I wasn't sure what to expect, so I went for the safe Waterfall here. Trevenant comes out, and the Trevenant takes this pretty well. My Quagsire is training HP and defense, so I wasn't really expecting too much out of this thing as far as damage goes. Also, I have Ice Beam on it instead of Ice Punch. Just for those, just for pesky things that, you know, don't really get hit too much with physical. So I bring the Kingpin out, expecting the Leech Seed. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp. So my sash is broken right there. I wasn't 100% sure where this whole battle was going at this point. So he withdraws the Trevenant, knowing he can't really do too much else to it. Brings out the Golbat. I go for the safe Toxic Spikes. The Golbat has Defog, and that really is disappointing for me. So I go ahead and withdraw, expecting the flying move. I go into my Crobat. My Crobat has Black Sludge. It's specially defensive, and instead of Brave Bird, I have Wing Attack, just for the reliability, not necessarily damage. So right here, he's going to keep Brave Birding and protecting as the match goes on. So my Crobat is pretty annoying to deal with. It has Toxic, Wing Attack, Roost, and Protect. So basically, I Toxic you, and I let the Black Sludge heal on the Protects, Roost up anything I can't. I was expecting the Brave Bird, so I go out to the Quagsire here. Right there, he goes for the Brave Bird. It does a decent chunk. It could have done more though. But I'm 90% sure this is just a bulky Eviolite Golbat. That's the only reason to have it a Golbat instead of a Crobat. So the Eviolite. He goes ahead and takes a safe turn to go ahead and defog and get rid of the spikes. I go for the Waterfall. I was really hoping for him to switch out. He doesn't, and that does nothing to this thing. It is so bulky. I have one thing on my team designed specifically to get rid of something like this, but I didn't want to bring it out due to things like that. So he poisons my Quagsire. I go for the Blizzard. Once again, does nothing. It really doesn't matter if I'm EV training it or not. That probably wouldn't have done nothing regardless. So the Toxic is starting to pile on. I wasn't really sure what to do, so I go ahead and switch out. Trying to predict something, trying to make him slip up. So I go to the only thing I know can kill this thing. So I come out to my Starmie here. He roosts. And I go for the Ice Beam instead of the Thunderbolt. Reason being is because I knew he still had a Trevenant he could switch out to. And a Blastoise as well, which he does switch out to the Blastoise. I go for the Thunderbolt right here. And it kills. Or it doesn't kill this turn. It kills next turn. He's pretty sure that this Blastoise is going to go down. He Megas. Right here, he goes out to the Mega. I'm thinking just because he can, knowing this thing's going to die. I go for the Thunderbolt, and it's a 2-hit KO. Now, it is quite unfortunate for me because this is Life Orb, so I did just take 20% damage from myself. But he brings up the Dumbledore. I make a really bad move here, but I really wasn't expecting the play. So I switch to the Hydreigon. I was expecting the Psychic move, but he does switcheroo and gives me a Choice Scarf, which is really bad for this Hydreigon because, like I said, it's bulky and especially defensive. So I go for the Toxic. Just trying to. I was hoping I'd be able to whittle this thing down. Now, even if he hit me with that Fire Blast, there's not really too much he can do. I resist it, and I'm especially defensive. So the idea here was to wait it out, but I can't because the Hydreigon has Roost as well, and the choice makes me not able to do it much. So I go out to my Crobat. He goes back to his Golbat. We both pretty much expecting the same thing here. It's not really going too well. So this lasts for an awful long time. So excuse me for the burp there. I just ate, actually. So I go for the Roost stall, the Protect stall. I know some people are going to judge me for it, but I feel like it works. It really, really works. Obviously it has its counters and such, but that's just the way it is. So once again, I'm going for the Roost and Protect stall. He switches out, trying to predict me. He goes out into the Dumbledore. I'm not quite sure why. I think he's trying to Psychic me here. But I go ahead and Roost and get almost all of my health back. The Black Sludge helps me recover it. Now, as far as Golbat, Crobat, the bulky sets being better, personally, I think the Golbat set is better, but I prefer the Crobat set. I just feel it works better for me. So he goes for the Fire Blast, but I protect myself just to make this Toxic last a wee bit longer. I go for the Wing Attack, trying to get a little bit of damage off. The red card switches me out. He got the red card from my Hydreigon earlier. And it actually switches me out into my Flygon, which is pretty unfortunate for me because this thing is not very, very bulky at all. And that was a crit also. So, the Toxic is coming through. He goes for the Psy Shock. Now, I wanted to Choice Scarf this Flygon. Unfortunately, I'm letting a friend borrow my only Choice Scarf at the moment. So I didn't have the Choice Scarf. That's why I had the Choice Band. So I got to my Hydreigon. I know it can take a hit. I go with the Dragon Pulse. He knows this thing is dead, so he goes ahead and just lets it sacrifice itself. So the rest of his team can come in, whoever it is, and get a free switch in. So out comes the Golbat again. Once again, I have nothing for this thing, so I just Dragon Pulse all day. That was a crit also. It would have been nice on the next turn, not this one. He goes ahead and Toxics the Hydreigon. I'm at a loss at the moment. I'm not sure if I should keep attacking or not, but I go ahead and switch out so the Toxic doesn't build on, expecting him to go ahead and Roost. So I bring out my Crobat, knowing that this little dance is going to start again. So he goes for the Roost, gets almost all of his HP back. So he withdraws Golbat, knowing there's not anything he can do to this thing. I withdraw my Crobat, I believe. I can't remember. No, I go for the Wing Attack. Hoping I can get some damage off before he can do anything. It does some pretty decent damage to this Trevenant, considering how bulky it has been. He goes to the Will-O-Wisp. I see it. So on this turn, I know I can either switch out to my Roserade or my Hydreigon, because they're both already afflicted with an ailment. Now he goes for the Rest right here and gets the Lumberry off and the Harvest on the same turn. This scared me. Trevenant is annoying, really, really annoying to deal with. Personally, I think Trevenant and Gliscor are two of the most annoying stallers in the game. Gliscor, I feel, is probably more so because you can't whittle it down with other things, and Trevenant can just kind of get rid of it eventually. But Trevenant, just because of the Leech Seed and the Will-O-Wisp, just stacks up. I have a Gourgeist that does the same thing, it's just not as well. So, Trevenant right here, getting the Leech Seed boost, still getting the toxic damage. Not really doing too much, so I go ahead and switch out. So here comes my Kingpin, knowing I could take a Leech Seed or a Will-O-Wisp, or even a Horn Leech. I can eat that up, just because of typing. Dual resistance is awesome. So, I take this opportunity to go ahead and set up spikes again, I believe. No, I go for the Dazzling Gleam here. I have Dazzling Gleam on this Roserade. The reason why is because I'm not a big fan of synthesis on this thing, because it's meant to die. It's not a suicide lead, but it's meant to set up the spikes and get out of there. That's all it's meant to do. So the Brave Bird comes out in the Golbat, and we're back to this little shindig again. This lasts for a good portion of the match. It's just our bats going at it. My Black Sludge is keeping me alive. His Eviolite's keeping him alive. The only difference between the both of us, though, is that I rely more on my Protects to get the health back, and not really my bulk. So I go for the Roost here. Now, there's a turning point. I believe it's the turn after this one, or it might be this one. It changes the entire match. So right here, yep, it's right there. He gets that crit. That crit is what wins him this game. I'm not saying he could have won or he couldn't have won otherwise, but that crit is what allows him to push through. So I go ahead and protect. I wasn't expecting the Roost, actually. I was expecting him to go ahead and finish me off, but he goes for the Roost. So I was at a loss right here. I wasn't really sure what to do. So on this turn, I go ahead and Roost. And I'm trying to play some mind games here because I'm getting into the habit of doing the same thing twice. So I know he's gonna go for the Brave Bird, get that damage off, and he's either gonna wait out my Protects or wait out my Roost. So I believe it's on this turn. Yeah, I went for the Roost, expecting him to Roost because he thought I was gonna Protect. So I tried to play some mind games there. It didn't work out in my favor. He goes ahead and goes for the Brave Bird. I believe the reason he did that was because he knew the only way he was going to kill this thing is if he just keeps attacking it. But that was a good move on my opponent's part. It really, really was. So right here, I go out into my my Spinna. I go for the Ice Beam because I know the Trevenant is still a threat. The Ice Beam comes through, though, right here. Ice Beam. Boom. Dead. I take that back. It doesn't die. But I'm faster than this thing, so it comes out right now. I'm sorry for the silence. I was thinking about something. The Trevenant's dead, and I apologize for the overclimactic fake sturdy. So the Ambipom comes out. I'm expecting the fake out. My Quagsire is still alive, sitting there in the back. Comes out, eats up the fake out. Like I said, it does a shit ton of damage that it shouldn't do, but it does anyways. I got stab and all. I wasn't really, like, with my Crobat gone here, I wasn't sure what else I could really do. The double hit comes through right here, and lets the Toxic just take me out. I get the Waterfall off, but like I said, this thing is defensively EV trained, so that doesn't do that much. Even with the Leftovers boost, the Toxic kills me right here. I'm just too low. Once again, still a good play on my opponent's part. I did what I could. So out comes my Spinna. So he goes for the U-turn, which gets super effective because I'm Psychic. I'm really, really frail. Starmie is really frail. The biggest reason I started having a Starmie on my team actually was because back when Gen 6 started, when I first started the EV training, I trained a Starmie to get rid of Gengar's because they were really killing my entire team. So he goes out to the Primate here, goes to the close combat, and this right here, I believe, just sweeps the rest of my team. The close combat hits, it's an Oko on my Kingpin, and I believe my Hydreigon's the only thing left. And once again, super effective right here, and I'm not even physically defensive, so dead. So that was a good game on my opponent's part. I did what I could. Now, like I said, this was my first battle against this guy. So GG to him. And also, if you guys could, I'll leave his link in the description. If you guys could subscribe to him, you know, like his videos. He's been helping me out. Like I said, I've been helping him out. I'd really appreciate it. So I'll be bringing another video tomorrow. It'll actually be a new one, not an old one for once. So I appreciate all that. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And Fake Banana out.